Welcome to the weekly watch of August 26, 2013. I'm your host, Darkly10000, and with me is, as always, is Truman.
Right here.
And Nathan.
Hello.
Nathan, you sound like a killer. Nathan, I bet you would make a good serial killer.
There was also just a long enough pause to make it feel that way.
I'm pretty sure we've had this discussion before.
The pause was perfect, really, Nate. I can tell you've been working on it.
Of course.
Please don't work on the pause anymore. So, what did we watch this week?
One, I just have a natural talent. Huh?
Natural talent. What did we watch this week?
Shigofumi.
Yep.
So that's how you pronounce it?
How did you think it was pronounced? Didn't you listen to them say it?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, James.
You think I paid attention?
I assumed you did.
You think I pay attention to the noises they make and the words that appear when they're talking?
So what do you pay attention to?
Background character number 74.
I see. Alright.
And his thrilling, just plain white t-shirt.
Well, okay. So, let's get started. Anyone wants to give the description?
Shigofumi is about a mailman who delivers letters from the dead. Male woman.
Yep.
That's my basic analysis.
Male women. I mean, there is multiple.
Well, but it's specifically about one.
I mean, yeah, but the other person is there too.
But it's specifically about one. You asked me what it was about. You didn't ask me if there was this organization that did it. Don't question me.
Well, it is about an organization that does it. I mean,
it's not about the organization. The organization just exists.
I mean, yeah. So.
You got anything to add to that?
Not really. Except one thing, which I mean, you guys had watched it, so you didn't know. But so this show reminded me a lot of Jigoku Shoujo, which means Hell Girl, and the premise was similar. In which, I mean, that was a 26 episode show, and basically every single episode was just someone does something bad, and then they get sent to hell, and it was kind of like this, which is something happens. And then someone dies, and they send a letter to someone. Like, for a while, it was like, wow, this is really similar. And just like someone dies, they get a letter.
See, I would have probably liked the show more if it was just that, pretty much. But then they had to go with this whole main plot idea.
Actually, I thought the actual main plot in this one was way better than. I mean, this is comparing to Hell Girl. I thought the plot in Hell Girl was awful, but in this one, I thought the plot was good. I had no real problem with the plot, except for the fact that I thought it ended weird. Like, it ended in like this whole. Like, I thought the what Mika's the one that's the mailman, right?
Yeah.
I thought, like, at the very end, Mika's saying that, like, she wants to go to school and blah, 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 and, like, they agree they're not going to kill each other, but then Mika just ends up still being a mailman, and I'm like, wait, what happened to all that school noise that you were just talking about?
Well, she also said she wanted to work and fall in love, and she basically just wanted to live her own life.
Yeah, like, okay, I get all that, but then she just continued being a mailman in limbo.
Well, that's her life.
I think technically she's still dead.
No, I mean...
What is that yelling?
That's people. We're just going to have to deal with some yelling. Alright, this is the best I could do. I hope no one comes inside this door. Alright, so...
I expected this show to be more like Kino's Journey, where there wasn't really a main plot at all. and it's just one other thing of just small little short stories. And I was disappointed that it wasn't that.
I think by far the best episodes were some of the one episode shorts. Like I know I talked to Nate this last night. And you weren't there, Jay, but I agree with Nate that I don't even know if his opinion changed, but mine didn't. My favorite two episodes were episode 10 and 3, which was my favorite one was the guy who with cancer, and the second favorite was the
It's
suicide.
like that's the kind of thing I expected for pretty much every episode of this show. Like episode 10 and 3, like you said. Although I like 10 more than 3. 3 was dumb. People committing suicide for no reason is stupid.
Well, actually I think Nate and me both agree 10 was the best.
Virus database has been
I liked
updated.
3 a lot. I thought 3 was awesome.
Actually, I preferred 3.
Oh, you preferred 3? Okay, never mind. But
Yeah.
I thought 10 was better, but I still really liked 3. Yeah, I remember I saw the first episode, so I'm like, okay, so the show is gonna be like, around these two characters, and it's gonna be like somehow the letters are like, I don't know, something's gonna happen, blah blah blah. Oh, it's gonna be like a love story. It's like, oh, she's some kind of forced to be a prostitute or something, and then he's gonna save her, and then no, he gets fucking stabbed, and I'm like, what the fuck?
By
Oh
her.
my god, yeah, he gets stabbed in the chest. I'm like, oh god, what is this? What am I watching? And I'm like, my mind. No, what's going on? All the happiness is dead. It was weird as fuck.
Caught you off guard?
It really did. Like, it totally... Like, did it not catch you off guard?
Well, like I said, I was expecting it just to be a bunch of shorts. So I'm like, somehow these two are not going to... Something bad's going to happen. Lo and behold.
I had no idea it was... I didn't know it was going to be shorts at all. But... And just... Wow. I was like, what? What? It's just like... And yeah, and then she ended up dying at the next episode. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah. And I don't know. And then episode 3 was definitely one of my. I mean, it was my second favorite episode. I thought just the whole story had a great atmosphere around it. It had a really special atmosphere. They really set it apart from the other ones.
It started to bring in what they call the main plot.
Oh, I mean,
I don't like the main plot.
You hate it that much?
It annoyed me.
I mean, why? What specifically about the main plot bothered you?
Because, like I said, I was expecting something more like Kino's Journey, which is a bunch of just... There's two main characters in it, and pretty much it's just them going from city to city, and something happening, or something odd about that city. So I was just expecting a mailman or it's like some sort of plot happening for one episode, and then the mailman delivering a letter at the end, and that doing something insane. Kind of like how it worked in episode 10, which is a great example. But that didn't happen every episode, and that's what I really wanted. I didn't care about these characters, really.
So did you hate the main plot, or did you hate the fact that there was a main plot?
I hate the fact that there was a main plot.
So you just because your expectations were not met.
Yeah.
It was disappointing
Right,
to me.
I mean, why did you think it was going to be like Kino's Journey? You said, like, even at episode 1, you already thought that.
Just because of the description.
Oh, okay.
Wait, but the description talks about her aging, doesn't it?
It actually does. It does definitely hint there's going to be a plot.
Well, missed that then.
Yes, you did. Like, the beginning does definitely hint that there's going to be a plot.
Well, okay, not the beginning, not the first few episodes, but...
No, the description. Yeah, that's what I meant. The description does.
And the plot's weird.
The plot was a little weird. Okay, the biggest thing that I talked about this with Nate too. The hair. The hair is one of the big things that bugged me about this, because like in the beginning, like or not in the beginning, but when they start, really introducing the main plot, they start talking about like, oh man, she looked exactly like that girl that I used to know, and then like it showed you the girl that they used to know, and she has brown
Black.
hair. You know who doesn't have? Okay, fine, black hair, black hair. You know who doesn't have black hair? The mailman. She has white hair,
Male woman.
and we're like, just whatever. And it was just really bugging me. And like I talked to Nate with a while talked about it with Nate for a while, and we threw around a couple theories, and we ended on this theory. Which Nate, do you still think it holds after seeing the whole thing?
No, because her mom has blonde hair.
Oh yeah, that was right. That I forgot. Shit. And her mom's a
And
total
her mom's a
bitch.
bitch.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, I guess the theory doesn't hold anymore. But at the time, it was like this is the perfect theory ever. But then it didn't work out because her mom ended up being a bitch.
Yeah, it's like literally the next episode just destroyed
Well,
the theory.
I think the hair thing was just an aesthetic
Mhm.
choice because yin and yang bullshit.
Man, we had this whole theory about like Mika being God. Man, it was
Okay, we'll still say it.
okay.
Because it was, I think we both watched episode 10 at that point.
Yeah, I think we watched up to episode 10, or 9 or 10, basically the end of like the before she woke up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so basically we're talking about why she has different hair, and like the theory that I came up with was because the Fumi, the actual girl, she was like born from her mother, and that's why she has brown hair like her mother, or black hair like her mother. And then Mika was born, from her father because she was born because of the stuff her father did, and that's why she has white hair. But then the mom had blonde hair, and it was a total bitch. So the theory kind of doesn't work at all.
Yeah, it doesn't work at all.
No. So
It would have been perfect.
I know it would have been so perfect if her mom was a black-haired, really nice person.
Yeah, because like they made the father to be like this sadistic asshole, and that was the perfect excuse for having the wife leave.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Also, one thing else I wanted to say, like, did anyone else think like the whole universe of this show was just like depressing and sad? Like it was like such a sad universe. Like there's like 3 episodes or something that deal with like just hardcore bullying, and then there's like the episode about suicide, like the kid just killing himself for no reason, and there's like just all this just fucking all this there's just the chick that just murders the guy, and it's just everything was just so awful. Like every
well, it's
Truman,
a show about
it
the
Yeah.
dead.
it's a show about
Wait.
the letters from the dead.
I mean, that doesn't have to be about awful things that happen. People die all the time.
Usually dead is considered with depressing things.
And that's not really true because the whole letters from the dead is a cathartic thing, which is, for the most point, like usually a happy thing. It's usually a cathartic moment, not necessarily happy, but cathartic, not
Okay.
depressing.
Okay. At one point, in the one with the bullies,
Yeah.
and at the end when he gets the letter,
Oh,
it's
that
like,
was.
now you know how it feels.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, that wasn't like a loving letter.
Oh no, it wasn't.
That
No,
was like
I didn't say they
fuck
all.
you.
No, definitely. And for that episode, it worked. But I'm talking about just the world as a whole was just really fucked up. Like the whole place was fucked up.
Could this be a more grim
Yeah.
reality?
Exactly. Like it was just like this super really grim, like world. It was like this really grim, dark world. That's all I'm saying.
I'll agree with you. It definitely didn't have the happiness I
Yeah,
felt
but-
from 3 days ago. God, it's only been 3 days.
Has it really? Wow. Yeah, no, like the whole, just the atmosphere of the show was just really grim dark. Just like bad stuff kept happening to people.
Yeah, well, I think the first episode set the tone when they have like the two kids and the boy wants to confess and whatnot, and he's goofy and it's kind of I don't know like I I was like, oh god damn it, this is gonna be this kind of bad goofy love story, isn't it? And then no, it wasn't. It turned dark and it stayed dark the entire
Oh,
time.
Exactly. It just turned dark and then it
I'm
stayed
actually
dark.
glad because I finally, because of this show, I found that picture where, like, in the first episode, you know how he's staring at his rocket through the window and he has a mouse in his hand?
Yeah.
It's like I finally
Hmm.
found that picture that allowed it to be like, Windows or reality, the real game.
I have
Okay.
no idea what
It's
you're
just him
talking
staring
about
out
right
the
now.
window like it was
Yeah.
like as if he was staring at a monitor with the mouse and keyboard in hand.
Ah, I see.
Because
Okay.
I saw that picture a long time ago and I didn't know what it was from.
Oh, and then like even episode 10, like the guy's just walking, his niece. I guess what niece was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, niece around, and then he gets beat up by fucking delinquents, and then the police arrest him right away. It's like holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, and then he like confirms his old place of work, and his friend at his old office, like basically just like, God damn it, I thought you were my friend, but you're really not.
It's just like this torrential downpour of shittiness.
Well, he was going through a shitty time. That's usually how it comes.
That's very true. So yeah, it was just
But
so
that
grim
episode
dark.
was so great.
Oh, it definitely. I mean, that was an
Like,
awesome.
even if
episode.
you don't watch
Like,
the
that
entire
episode-
series, you should just watch that episode.
like episode 10, and then to a lesser extent episode 3. I think you should just no matter some people should just watch those shows,
Yeah.
those episodes. And I
Yeah,
thought,
those are the
I really like
good
episode
ones. And
3
they
too.
don't really relate to the plot that much.
Are you kidding
really
me?
don't
3
know
is the
at all.
start of the plot.
3. I could, well, you can say the same thing about at 10. The girl wakes up.
Okay, fine. Just skip those last ending scenes then.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 and 10 are just really like I think the best stories of the entire thing. Because I mean, and I like just the whole theme that went on with 3. Just the person just why did he kill himself and everyone's freaking out and just like just because.
That guy's an
Did it.
idiot.
I don't know. You don't get it, Jay? You never thought about what it'd be like just to, like jump in front of a car or something? You ever like been like walking down the road and be like, I wonder what I just jumped in front of this car.
I'm not gonna say I haven't thought of that,
Mhm.
but he's still an idiot.
I mean, he just
Oh, okay, yeah, he's an idiot, but the idea of the episode is that little voice that tells you to take the step off the ledge. That's there for basically everyone, just because. You don't know why, it's just there. And someone is going to listen to it eventually.
yeah, he just felt like, hey, I'm just gonna go for it. So, and I thought it was weird. Just like wasn't it right after that episode? There was the bullying episode.
I,
I don't think it was right after.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess shortly after, because I remember they were talking like, oh, he wasn't bullied. He was like, there was no bullying, and then like at least because a couple episodes later, it's just the bullying arc, where it's just like this hardcore bullying. And that was some definite hardcore.
yeah,
bullying.
I hear it's a bigger problem in Japan than
So,
here.
I hear it's a really big problem in Japan.
I
I wouldn't
Yeah.
know personally either.
I mean, not personally, but from media sources, I know.
Yep.
Like, remember, didn't we talk about the thing? There was the big, the thing that happened there was the controversy about, that show that we watched. Kokoro Connect. Didn't we talk about that when we did our weekly
Yeah,
watch
we
about
talked about that.
No,
We glanced over it.
I don't know if you talked
it? Yeah.
about bullying. I don't know. About
Well,
that.
it was a bullying thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because remember, I think
it was a big controversy in Japan because it was bullying. Is what they put. It was kind of they got in trouble for bullying, and bullying is like a major issue right now in Japan. Like it's to the point where it's like a major social issue.
Hashtag stop
It's
the
like
bullying 2013.
like how do we like because like it's like one of these like how do we stop bullying? Like we don't like I don't
if,
know we don't know and like so
because I think that was the episode where Jay, his computer didn't start recording for part of it.
that definitely was the episode. Yeah,
So I
that,
think that may have been in the first part, so I don't really remember it that much.
I think that's definitely
Find
what
out
happened.
for yourself and go watch it.
We can't. You didn't record it, remember?
No, find out if it's in there. I'm telling everyone else to go.
I did.
If it's in the recorded part, then yeah.
I'm like 90% sure because I did listen to that one. And I remember it starts out with, "I'm super pissed at you."
So,
You're recording right
yes.
now, right? Okay.
Dude, it's fuck it. So favorite characters?
Konica. For me, easy. Konica.
Who was that again?
That's
Oh.
the staff.
Yes, I'll agree with you there. The staff was extremely happy in what you said was a dark world.
Like, the staff was incredible. I loved the staff.
So that was easy. Nathan.
Um, of all the characters, the other staff.
The
The other staff.
All right. So the best
The
characters,
male one.
in our opinion, in this show are the two pieces of metal.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, Mika's pretty much a standard, you know, lolly-ish, emotionless girl. She's pretty standard fare, except for the very end where she kind of gets more emotions. And then the two, I guess you could call them, the two major side characters are. I mean, I mean, they didn't really catch my attention. They're not bad. They're decent side characters, but because of just how the show works, which is it's mostly episodic. Yeah, there's the main plot line, but for the most part, it was episodic. And so, I mean, it wasn't about them. Like, it wasn't about character building. It wasn't about that. So
Yeah, their story does not exist.
yeah. So the gimmicky character that is the staff, and I mean the only character that can compete for a favorite character slot is, you know, either the mailman girls, the staffs, and the two side characters who were, I mean, kind of boring. So
So we have.
I mean,
So
yeah.
yours and mine is the happy magical staff that's overexcited about everything
It wants to become
and
a
plays
villain.
opposite to Mika, cold silent type. And then Nathan's is the cold silent type staff that plays opposite to the other male girl's hyperactive side.
Hey, it's not cold silent. It's
Sorry,
business and professional.
business professional, logical.
Nathan. It is Nathan.
Oh God.
So,
Final scores, everyone.
all right, I gave it a 7.
7.
Yeah, because I mean, I liked it, and I liked it, so I was gonna give it a 6. But just episodes 10 and 3, just kick it up. Like, they were outstanding stories. I thought 10 and 3 were just, I thought, that good that I would suggest I put it in the 7 category as it's this level of a recommendation to anyone else just to see at least those 2 episodes because they're great stories. That's my explanation. And I'm being pretty lenient. I'll give you that I'm being really lenient on it. Like, I'm kind of over, you know, scoring it higher than it probably should deserve. Like, it's probably, in my opinion, it's a pretty solid 6. But I'm bumping it up because of 10 and 3. And yeah.
Ah, man. It's like I think I'm going to give it a 5, just because it would have been a 3 if it weren't for 10, which is no. It's like I did this with the other series, Medaka Box, the second season of it, because I love the last episode of Medaka Box, the second season. It has an 8 when I really should lower it, but just 10 is such a great episode in my opinion, and I really am disappointed at the fact that there was a main story to this with a coma and split personality stuff, and yeah.
I don't know. I liked the whole split person. I thought they handled the split personality thing decently. You know, I kind of liked the because most split personalities you see, it's like the two personalities are unaware of each other. I like the fact that this one was kind of different in the fact that like they were friends. They were legitimately just friends. I mean, at first.
It
At
might
least.
be because the last split personality story I saw or really liked doesn't compare, or it's like this doesn't compare to that. And that,
What
oh,
was
that
that
was
one?
the game Deadly Premonition. Oh my god.
Actually, just while we're talking about split personality, I watched this movie called Session 9. It's like this horror movie about these people cleaning up an old mental asylum, and that one is also crazy, and like it blew my mind how awesome it was. So, but I like split personality things. They're cool. They're interesting.
Only if
All
done
right,
right.
Nate. That's true. Nate, you're up.
Um, I'm gonna agree with Truman. I'm gonna give it a 7.
And like I give it a 7 with the full admission that chances are in the future at some point when I'm going through all my scores I'll be like, why was this a 7? This is definitely at least only a 6. But for like
Yeah.
I'm just in like I don't know, I watched it just yesterday. 10 and 3 were wow kind of stories. Like if the show was 10 and was just episodes either 10 and 3, it would have been a 10.
Yeah,
But
no, the reason it isn't lower is because they didn't put much emphasis on the actual story. There was like 5 episodes maybe that were about like the actual story, so
yeah,
more than half of it was this episodic nature,
so
which was good.
so yeah, that's we get 7, 7, and 5. So I mean, real pretty good scores.
Mine's average.
Yeah, you're set pretty average, but on the average of
And
the
then
range.
if you look at like the average of people looking for things, mine would be below average because everyone's always wanting a 7 or better. God, spoiled people.
Well, I mean, yeah, people don't. In most cases, people want to watch good things,
You need to understand good and bad.
which is why when Nate started watching anime, we didn't just give him like every best anime. I'm doing air quotes, although you can't see it. So we gave him a whole bunch of shows to get him used to it.
So let's see here. Now we move on to the weekly watch, right?
Yep, it should be it.
So since it's only been 3 days, there's no Watamote.
Well, I mean, there's no Watamote, but there's an Uchitan and a Inu.
Yeah.
Which
So
I just
we get-
finished literally an
So
hour
we
ago.
get to start everyone's favorite, Inu.
Okay. I fucking hate the main heroine's dairy side. Like, every time she does that dairy voice, I just, oh my god, I hate it with a passion. Like, it's so awful. It's like watching porn acting. It's just like, oh god, you're so bad at, like, faking emotion.
Mm.
Like, whoever the voice actress is, which I'm actually gonna look up right now, because now I'm just on this rant, they're awful.
A little angry there?
It just really bugs me.
So what was the episode about? It was like finding out the stalker.
They, yeah, they
Oh,
found out
yeah.
who the stalker was, and they went to the school. and that's where it left off.
Oh God, and we get to learn.
And I want to say this has been the worst episode to me by far. This was the worst
Really,
episode.
this one? I mean,
Yeah,
last
this
one
one.
was pretty damn bad.
I would have to say last one takes the cake and
I don't know,
worst
something
episode.
about this one I just hated so much.
Really.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're really comparing shit with shit. So
What made you hate this
Yeah.
one so much?
Oh, I don't know. It's all of it is so bad. All of it.
like, where do you start?
I hated the scene where they find out who the stalker is, and then they she ties him up in bondage or whatever.
What is with the bondage
Why the
tying?
hell is I don't know. But why is he the stalker? Like he's supposed to be like a famous author. Wouldn't people be recognizing him in the streets? Can't he hire somebody?
No,
to
that's
do
why
this
he's wearing
shit
the
for
hat.
him?
Yeah, he wore a trench coat. Didn't you notice?
Trench coat and a hat. The least suspicious thing you could possibly wear.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my god! And then the jokes they made with him were awful.
This voice actress is Yoko
Yoko.
And they even
Littner from
I
Gurren
never
Lagann.
watched it subbed, so I don't care.
Oh, I'm just saying. Like,
okay,
keep
the
going.
jokes they made with him, because it was like, oh, I'm gonna piss myself joke.
Oh God, it was toilet humor.
It
They
equals
hit toilet humor levels.
They have gone
So,
straight up to toilet humor.
So they have awful tropes that's all the characters are, an awful story, an awful world, and now they're down to toilet humor.
Oh no, guys! But Nate, you haven't mentioned the fact that they're advancing the romance aspect. The dog is now in love with her.
Oh, I was gonna bring that.
This
up,
voice
too,
actress plays Cheery.
That people would advance, like people probably already saw that coming. At some point, they're gonna get to that because why not?
Because they're just
Bestiality. It's
Yeah.
gonna come.
so.
But no, this voice actress plays Cheery.
from-
Sayonara.
Oh yeah. I was gonna tell you that too. Yeah, no, this witch actually does some decent stuff, but apparently, maybe she was told to be as awful as possible on purpose. So yeah, God, only 3 more episodes left of Inu, and then we're done with it.
I am also happy to hear that. I am ecstatic.
I think this is definitely gonna reach up 1 with Quasar. This is gonna be tying Quasar for just god awful.
Once again, I'd like to say, nice job, Nathan.
Hey,
Actually, you know what's
at
surprising?
this point,
Nate's
it's all you guys know.
Hey, Nate's weekly pick wasn't awful this week.
You're right.
I know, right?
I'm pretty surprised.
I was so like halfway through, I was like, you know what? This hasn't been as bad as Dantalian or Ugo. I am excited.
That's all I was thinking when I was watching it. I mean, Jay, you gave it a 5. It's better than the other stuff.
No, I think I gave Dantelia the same thing.
That's probably
Although,
true.
and
Yeah,
I
guess
like
you're probably
Dantelia.
right. So, yeah.
So,
I was really surprised I actually was enjoying Shigofumi. I was like, wow, and this is a Nate pick.
what was next? Uchiten.
Uchiten. The last episode focused mainly on
The father's death.
the father's death and I think this is kind of the end of like the father reminiscence
Yeah.
arc. So
It's like,
there is 5 episodes left to focus on the election and
anything else.
whatever happens between the main character and Benton.
But it's like you really get to see like their family build up in strength with actually revealing this truth.
Oh yeah,
and you get
yeah.
to see how they
No,
were.
it was a great episode of just them coming together. I mean, the whole show is just a great drama in general. I thought this was definitely one of the most solid ones of this
Yeah,
season. I think of the shows I'm watching, which is a pretty decent amount. I think this is definitely the number two of this
the
season.
number two. Oh yeah, Service X Servant.
Yeah. Servant X Service is my favorite, and I mean, maybe this show is technically better than Servant, but I mean, I love Servant. Servant is way better in my book.
So,
So
Monogatari, Agaragi has destroyed the world.
really, I see. I still haven't had a chance to catch up on it, but wow.
Yeah.
This is why you don't ever take the opportunity to do time travel.
Exactly. Okay, once you traveled back in time, you knew something was going to go wrong.
I didn't think it would be that extreme.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think it'd be that extreme, but I thought it'd be like he wouldn't like his life. None of them would know him, kind of thing.
Not that, oh, I saved a girl from dying in a car accident. Fucking world's destroyed.
Hey, so actually, I just as a question, because I mean I haven't been watching it, and so I'm pretty behind. Is it as fan servicey as Nisa Monogatari was, or did they kind of get away from that?
The first arc is that fan servicey because it doesn't have any male in it.
It's a lot of the cat girl.
Yeah.
It's her story, and there's quite a bit of
Senjo Kara.
what's her name? Yeah, Sandra in it as well, because they're friends now.
And
Makes
friends
sense.
play in the shower together.
Oh,
Makes sense.
But it's not nearly as But it's not nearly as great as the toothbrush scene.
The toothbrush scene was like I because I had seen people talking about it for a while, and then when I saw it, I was like, what?
No. There's that one scene where it's just like a shot of his head, and he's just like, and his hair's like flowing in the wind and shit.
Like the toothbrush scene took it way further than I thought it was gonna
It
go.
was so. I just love that scene where it's just his headshot and his hair is flowing, and he's like this evil face.
So, yeah.
And
Anything else we
you
got?
want to talk about Servants X Service?
There's no 8, so it's just 7 was the last one, right?
There was an 8.
Oh wait, I think I saw it and I just didn't update my
There
thing.
was an 8 the last time we did the weekly watch, which was still only 3 days ago.
Oh, then yeah, I just haven't updated. Then yeah, Servant X Service, what happened in it exactly? Remind me?
You?
Yeah.
He. Oh wow! I know. At the end, he convinced Lucy. He basically forces Lucy to go on a date with him.
Yes. Man, I really hope that whole thing, wraps up by the end. I really hope they don't leave that.
Kind of
hanging.
like how they do with Working.
Yeah, I really hope they don't pull a Working. Because
It's like that was one of the most frustrating things about Working. The two relationships in it, not seeing them go anywhere.
two relationships.
Well, there was a Sato trying to get with what's her name?
Oh, that wasn't gonna go anywhere.
But it's like there was like a declaration towards the end of that series where I was hoping it would move on from that, but
no, that wasn't gonna go.
But I
anywhere.
want that one to go
That one was
somewhere.
definitely not- that one wasn't going anywhere. But the other one, the main relationship, that had potential, and they just nope. Which I guess that's part of what Working was, but god damn. And it's the same thing that's gonna happen here. It's gonna be such a cock tease. I'm just gonna be so upset.
Well,
But the only difference is, in this show, the best girl is actually the main heroine.
what was the best girl in Working?
what was the crap? Now I gotta pull up the work
Oh,
page for
really?
working because I'm bad with names. I'm awful with names. This should come as no surprise
Yeah,
to you.
but it was working. All their names were easy.
I mean, it was
All their
working.
names were easy except for the girl with the samurai sword.
Okay, Yamada. Yamada was my favorite character.
You forgot Yamada's name? She made it up on the spot.
Yes, I do remember that.
And her
But
brother
I
makes up the
forgot
same
what
name.
it was. She's definitely the best character.
If
in
you
my
haven't
opinion.
seen Working, check out Working.
Who are you
Anyone
talking
who's
to?
listening,
Me.
You mean all of
Me?
no one?
all of
Oh,
Hey,
actually,
I'm
and
here.
Nate. And Nate, actually. Nate, go watch Working. Working is incredible.
all of 8 people who watch this.
So, all right. Should I drop what the watch for next week
Yeah,
is?
why not? I can.
All right. Jay already knows, so he doesn't
I don't
approve.
approve. I'm angry.
And here we go. Nate, check it out. We are watching
Lovely complex.
Lovely Complex.
I want
Because
to hurt you.
actually, and I just realized, like, as I was picking this one, that remember when we had for a while, we were picking shows that we've seen, but the other two haven't. I didn't get you guys to watch Kimi no Todoke,
Don't worry about it.
so that's next time we ever do that. That is definitely what I'm making you guys watch.
So, we're watching a
'Cause,
shoujo.
Oh, we are definitely watching a shoujo anime.
Gotta get in touch with our inner woman. I'm
Hell
sorry, not even
to
our
the
inner
yeah.
woman. Our inner little girl.
We're watching a shoujo rom com.
So, I have a feeling that Truman he needs either a shoujo or a harem anime to really enjoy it.
That's not true. I like tons of shows that aren't either of those. Look at my top 5. My top 5 are none of those.
These seem to be the ones you always talk about.
I mean, I can only go on about, Madoka or Mahu or Seto no Hanayome so much. Katana Gatori. I mean, look at my top 5. None of those are harems or shoujos.
Yep. That's it for the weekly watch this week. Tune in next week when we're watching Goddamn Lovely Complex.
Jay, I hope you just end up totally loving the show and you have to eat your fucking words next week.
I,
Like I don't hope you like it just, as a friend who just hopes you like things. I hope you just like it so you have to eat your fucking words right now.
I'm Darkly 10,000, and goodbye.